Delaney froze instantly. His breath caught as a low, calm voice ordered, "Don't move." The truck door swung open, and 3 masked figures rushed inside with practiced precision, their movements sharp and rehearsed. Heart pounding, Delaney scrambled from the truck to the security booth, repeating under his breath, "This wasn't amateur. This wasn't random." By sunrise, the FBI had taken control of the depot. Floodlights cutting through the morning gloom as agents methodically documented every shell casing, tire track, and angle. Special Agent Laura McKinney stood inside the empty truck, staring at the vacant racks where the cash had been, troubled by the operation's eerie precision. She touched the scorch mark left by the shotgun muzzle on the door glass and whispered, "They knew the schedule, the guards, timing, the exact shipment with the high-value load. Someone gave them access," she said to the agent beside her, the weight of the realization sinking in. Back at FBI headquarters, analysts combed through overnight reports searching for matches to this methodical, silent robbery. Local thieves lacked the organization, and ex-military gangs didn't operate with such flawless discipline. This was no ordinary heist. It resembled a tactical raid planned down to the second. McKinney gathered her team in a dim briefing room, where plastic boards were plastered with photos, maps, and timelines. She pointed to a blurred security still of a tall figure in a dark raincoat, walking with squared shoulders and head slightly lowered. "That's our leader," she said. "He moves like someone with formal training." The Bureau investigated former Brinks employees, security contractors, discharged military personnel, and private tactical instructors. Background checks, phone dumps, and financial scans yielded mostly dead ends. But one name kept surfacing quietly in informant circles, spoken with a mix of fear and respect: Elias Roarke. Roarke was infamous for impossible heists, silent escapes, and disappearing without a trace. He had no criminal record, no fixed address, and never used the same crew twice. Rumors claimed he once served as private security for foreign diplomats. Others whispered he trained covert operatives. No agency would confirm or deny the stories, adding to his mysterious reputation. McKinney stared at his file, thin, clean, and suspiciously empty of any concrete evidence. No unusual purchases, no large deposits, nothing to track or trace. She knew criminals usually steal to live. Professionals steal to disappear completely. One masked man stepped out, adjusting the rear door, revealing boots with a distinctive heel wear pattern. The FBI forensic lab identified the boots as military grade and custom ordered. Shipment records linked the order directly to Elias Roarke. Agents raided an apartment connected to the purchase, finding it spotless: no clothes, no food, no fingerprints. Under the wallpaper, faded maps detailed armored truck routes, banks, and Federal Reserve transfers. Some maps were years old. Others marked upcoming shipments. Roarke hadn't improvised. He had spent a decade planning every move. The apartment felt like a hollow shell: no personal effects, no identity. McKinney whispered, "He's always 12 steps ahead of us." The manhunt stretched across multiple states. Agents searched abandoned warehouses, safe houses, and storage units rented under false names. Most were empty, with only dust and faint cleaning chemical smells. One storage unit had power running, minimal but active. Inside stood a metal table holding a radio scanner, a disassembled rifle, and a small silver Roman denarius coin. "Why leave this behind?" an agent asked. McKinney picked up the coin. It felt heavy, like a symbol from another world. "He leaves messages, not mistakes," she said. "This is about control." Roarke wasn't hiding. He was watching from the shadows. Months passed, with the case haunting the Bureau. Every tip ended in silence. Every trail led to wiped rooms. Then, a call came from a coastal motel where a maid found a wiped phone on a pillow. The device contained one video file, a static shot of a dark room. A calm voice said simply, "You're close." In the background, a faint foghorn sounded. The Bureau matched the sound to only a few harbors on the coast. Agents swept those harbors relentlessly. 3 days later, footprints matching the custom boots were found in marsh mud near an abandoned fishing warehouse. Inside, a small campsite held cold coffee grounds, a burner stove, and a torn notebook with only a few words left. Shifts, timing, vigilance. Roarke had stayed just hours, never long enough to be caught. The FBI finally cornered him after a traffic camera captured a stolen car outside a rural gas station. The driver's posture matched Roarke's known movements. Agents closed in from 3 counties as helicopters circled overhead. Outside an abandoned farmhouse, they found the car's door open and engine still warm. McKinney allowed herself a brief hope that the case might be over. Inside, disturbed dust revealed footprints leading to a back window. The glass was lifted carefully, not shattered. Beyond lay an empty field stretching toward dark woods. On a table inside sat another Roman denarius. Beneath it lay a handwritten note. 7 million doesn't buy freedom. Discipline does. Roarke had vanished once more. The manhunt dragged on until public interest faded, but the Bureau never closed the file. Roarke became a ghost story whispered among agents. Some believed he left the country. Others thought he lived quietly under a new identity. McKinney kept the coins as reminders, not trophies, but symbols of the adversary who never left a trace he didn't want found. Years later, passing the evidence room, she paused in the silence that felt heavy with memory. The flicker of the lights seemed to echo the chase that had consumed them all. She knew one thing with certainty: a man who lived by precision never acted without purpose. If Roarke was still out there, he wasn't finished. Somewhere, in a quiet room, a coin sat ready on a table, waiting for the next move.